Hello and welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Tori and today I have another Project Pan finale. Today's finale features a purring cat and birds that are chirping outside. So if that annoys you, I'm sorry. But today I have the Monochromatic Gear Project Pan finale. This was a Fantastic Ladies collab and it was created by Callie. It was a year-long semi-rolling, I guess we could call it, Project Pan. Each month had a different color story theme, and I decided that once a month was rolled in, it stayed rolled in until it was finished. So we are going to talk about everything that has been finished since the last update, and I'm going to try to get through it as my cat is nipping me because she wants to play. But we can't play right now, Tattle. It's your bedtime. So, I like to go in chronological order when the items were used up last, and since I haven't filmed this update since October, we have some empties from October. So, October's color story was orange. So, the first goal that was completed was the Sugarpill Capsule 2 palette. I had a goal to use this palette 4 times, 4 different shades, and this goal was completed on the 25th of October. I really do enjoy this palette. There is a couple shades left in this palette that I have not used yet, but I'm very excited now that I'm wearing makeup again for this palette to get the full attention it deserves, for me to use it more. Very excited for that. And then next for October, I have from the ABH palette, the shade Lyra. My goal was to use this 5 times, and this goal was completed on the 21st of October. I thought they were completed on the same day, but technically this one should have been shown first. Sorry, Lyra's up here. I pointed to Eclipse. Yeah, Eclipse and Helia had to get repressed in this palette because I smashed this palette when I was in my dorm. Love this palette, but I hate this packaging now because the shadows are very fragile. This one does not have a date when this was used up, or when this goal was hit, sorry, for October. From my Sugarpill palette that desperately needs to be cleaned already. I had a goal of using Sideshow twice, and I did hit that goal, but I did not have a date for when I hit that goal. So, I did it, don't know when. So now, everything else. So we do have one empty for July. July's color story was blue, and the ColourPop Luxe Liquid Lip in Wonder Boy was marked as finished. It started smelling bad, so I called that done on December 13th. For April, the color story was white, and I did hit a goal on an eyeshadow. So this is the shade Ranch from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, a brand I no longer support. My goal was to hit pan on this, and since the last update, I used it 2 times and finally hit pan in the corner that you can see there. And this goal was completed on the 16th of December. I'm very happy this goal was hit because I have a lot of these eyeshadows to work through. So any progress on them is a win, a giant win. Next on the 16th for November, the color story was brown. And I did have to call another lipstick done. I was going to work on, from the same brand, the Mini Liquid Lip in Posh Spice. My goal was to use it 5 times. But I had to call it done because it also started to smell. So that was marked done on the 16th of December. And then for December, the color story was yellow. So a lot of stuff rolled out of December. So we'll talk about that now. First up to bat, the Aha Honey palette. My goal was to use this twice, and I did do that. This goal was completed on the 23rd of December. I really love this palette, so I'm happy that I got to use it. It's also in another project, but I'm happy that I actually used it. Next, from the Lime Crime Prelude palette, I picked the shade Triumph. So this is like a creamy color with a gold yellow like undertones throughout it. My goal was to use it once, and I used it on the 23rd of December. I didn't want to completely forget about November and December because even though I didn't wear makeup that much, I really loved this project, so I wanted to use it. So with November and December, I just wanted to make some easy goals. Some were doable than others. December's goals were almost the easiest, but there was still one item I didn't finish, but we'll talk about that later. But anyway, 2 other things I completed from the Sugarpill Fun Size palette. The shade Continue, which is like a mustardy yellow. It looks mustardy when compared to these shades, but it is a neon yellow. My goal is to use it once, and I did that on the 23rd. And then last and least for December, from the e.l.f. Earth and Oceans palette, I picked the shade Sun Yourself right here. My goal is to use it once, and I also did that on the 23rd. So a lot of late game progress for completion. But now let's talk about everything that did not get finished from the top, talk about the usage and all that. First up the top, we have January. January's color story was Plum or Purple. So from the Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette, I have the eyeshadow in the shade Plum. My goal is to use it once. My goal is to finish it. I used it once since the last update. Oh my gosh. I just wasn't vibing with this palette last year. I wasn't in the mood for it. Didn't want to reach for it. It's very hard for me to reach for it. I'm now in the mood to play with this palette again. So this will be in a project next year. But yeah, I shouldn't have had this project in any... Shouldn't have had that palette in any projects last year because I wasn't in the mood for it. And this next one, the last one for January, was just a hard one, and that was the Urban Decay Brow Box. My goal was to complete the wax, and I used up pretty much half of it. I only used it twice since the last update. My goal was to finish it. Considering I didn't do a lot with my eyebrows last year, this has amazing progress, but wish I could have finished it, but I didn't wear it. So how was I gonna get finished if I didn't wear it? So February's color story was Shimmer / Glitter, but that was completed a long time ago. So next we have, and also March's color story was Peach / Tan, and that was also finished a long time ago. So now we have everything remaining from April, where the color story was white. First, I have Sugarpill's Strange Love. My goal was to use this 10 times. Since the last update, I only used it once. It had 4 more uses left to go. If I realized it had 4 more uses, maybe I could have finished it. I'm happy that this one didn't expire on me because this is very pretty, but wish I could have finished the 4 more uses. Similarly, I wish I could have hit the usage goal on this. This was the LA Colors, the LA Girl White Foundation. My goal was to use it 30 times within this project. Since the last update, I used it 3. It had 8 more uses left to go. This is something that would have got a lot of use right now, but I just wish I actually reached for it when wearing foundation. I've been using other stuff to mix, not actually my mixers. And my mixer's older, so it doesn't make sense, but something I have to work on. Next, for May, the color story was red. So the only thing I have remaining is this Lorac Pro Lorac Brunch Palette shade. Oh my gosh. This is Bloody Mary. My goal was to hit pan. Since the last update, I haven't used it. I don't know what I'm going to do about the shade in the future. Like, I look at it and I just want to wear it as blush now. I don't even want to wear it on my eyes. So maybe that's a direction I could go. Maybe turn it into like a loose blush. Use it up that way. Actually, it's kind of a good idea. I might take myself up on that idea. Because this is a nice shade. But if you watched my Tiny Pans video in my finale, I said that I was just sick of using this palette. I pretty much have panned this palette since I've owned it, so I'm just no longer in the mood for it. Good in theory, but kind of wish I didn't pick it for my Panda palette. I wish I went with like an ABH palette like everyone else. Next, I have June, and June's color story was pink. Next for pink, first off for pink, I have Makeup Geek's, I dropped it, Makeup Geek's eyeshadow and Luna. My goal is to use this 10 times. Since the last update, I haven't used it. It had 7 uses left to go. I don't know why I didn't use that one. I've been in a pink mood. I'm wearing pink today, so I don't know why I didn't use that one. Next, from Copacetic Cosmetics, I had the shade Sakura. My goal with this was to hit pan, and since the last update, I didn't use it. In the same boat, don't know why I didn't use it, but whatever. This I did use, and I'm happy with all the use I got on this. The last thing for June was the LA Colors Rad Rouge Blush in Awesome. My goal is to finish it. Looks better than it did before. It's still very close. Something I'm going to have to finish next year. I've used it 5 times since the last update, which is a lot considering how much blush I was using this past month. Happy with the progress on this. Once again, sucks it wasn't finished. But next, for July, where the color story was blue, I have the eyeshadow from the Urban Decay After Dark palette in the shade Fringe. My goal was to use this 20 times, which now I realize was way too ambitious because I never used this. This has 20 uses left to go. That one should have been a use it once type of goal. I think from now on, with some projects, I'm going to make the uses goal, now on for some usage based projects, I'm definitely going to lower my usage numbers when it comes to certain eyeshadows because I'm definitely way too ambitious and I'm learning that sometimes I can't handle that. Also for July, I had the Jeffree Star Velour Lip Scrub in Blue Raspberry. Not gonna lie, I don't even know where that is right now. I actually don't know where that is. Anyway, August's color story was black. So I had this Morphe black eyeshadow. My goal was to hit pan since the last update. I have used it once. I liked this idea, but this was around the time where I stopped wearing makeup. So sadly, this was not going to come to fruition, but that would have been pretty cool. And then also for August, I have this Estee Lauder eyeliner. My goal was to use it 30 times. Since the last update, I used it once. I have 27 more uses left to go. Very bad at wearing eyeliner recently. Next, everything for September. September's color story was green. So first up the bat, I had from the Morphe palette, the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette, I had the dark green shade. My goal was to use this 10 times. Since the last update, I haven't used it. I had 8 more uses left to go. That was really pretty, but because I didn't wear makeup, I didn't wear it. So it makes sense. I'm just digging my nail into stuff. Next, from Copacetic Cosmetics, I had the shade Serotonin. My goal was to hit pan in it. Since the last update, I haven't used it. It happens. And then from Menagerie Cosmetics, I had the liquid lipstick in the shade Shiramoya. My goal was to use it 10 times. Since the last update, I only used it once. I had 9 more uses left to go. Wasn't reaching for lip products. And then for October, where the color story was orange, we had 2 things remaining. So first up the bat, I have ColourPop's eyeliner in Gobi. My goal was to use this 10 times. I only used it 5. Very happy I got the 5 uses on it. Wish I could have finished it. That would have been pretty cool. And then the last thing for October was the Medusa's Makeup Liquid Lipstick in Shag. The goal was to use it 5 times. I didn't use it at all. Wasn't in the mood for it. Makes sense. So now everything that is remaining for November, where the color story was brown. The first thing I had was from the e.l.f. Earth and Oceans palette, the shade Mojave Mommy. My goal was to use it 15 times. Since the last update, I only used it once. I had 14 more uses left to go. This next item I don't have in front of me because I forgot it, and that was the Jordana Fabibrow. I started pulling in items that were in other projects to help motivate me to use them more. My goal with that was to use it 5 times. I only used it once, so I had 4 more uses left to go. Also from the Urban Decay Brow Box, I decided to pull in the dark brown shade. My goal was to use it 5 times, and I did not use it. And then from the Revolutions Precious Stones and Amethyst palette, I picked the shade Imperial. My goal was to use it 5 times, and I used it twice, so I had 3 more uses left to go. So that was pretty nice. And then last but not least, for December, where the color story was yellow, the one item that I did not finish my goal on was from the Lime Crime Plushies palette in Freshly Squeezed. I wanted to use Jackfruit 10 times. I didn't have it out in front of me, so I didn't use it at all. Overall, I love this project. This by far was probably my favorite project to do this year. I found it very inspiring and I loved picking different stuff to put in this project. I do consider this project a success because more than half of the items were finished in this project. However, it was definitely way too ambitious of me to put an eyeshadow in for every single month. That was a little too much. I do not believe this project is coming back for next year, but I definitely would do a project like this again. So as always, I also learned something from this project, which is a great bonus. But yeah, this is how this project went for me. Don't forget to check out everyone else who was doing this. As always, you can follow the hashtags on here or on Instagram. And if you enjoy me or you enjoy Project Pan related content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that jazz. And peace out, Girl Scout.